It's time to dive beneath the surface and into the minds and hearts of your favorite celebrities and pop culture icons. Welcome to Up and Adam.
Hey guys, what's up? You're watching Up and Adam. My name's Adam Knoll. And for those of you who don't know me, I'm the guy bringing you guys all the weekly interviews and recaps from your favorite celebrities and pop culture influencers. But for those of you who do know me, you know that that's not why we're always here, right? Guys, if you haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell because, well, you don't want to miss anything we have coming up. And with that, let's jump right in. Okay, guys, so we've been watching The Real Housewives of New Jersey, and this season has started off like a little bit of a shit show, excuse my French, but we obviously saw that it started off with Teresa Giudice coming in and accusing Jackie Goldschneider's husband of allegedly sneaking around at the gym. However, our premiere wasn't just about that. There was a new woman, a realtor named Michelle, who came in and actually told Jennifer Aydin, another one of the cast members, that her husband and Joe Gorga actually had business dealings where Joe Gorga owed him a lot of money. She said tens of thousands of dollars. Now, what exactly did that mean? And a lot of fans speculated that this could potentially be a fake storyline. Who knows? However, they did settle the beef at a pool party, Teresa Giudice's pool party, in order for Michelle to actually sell Teresa's home. Now, if you guys haven't been following the season of The Real Housewives of New Jersey, let me break it down really quick for you. Michelle was introduced by Teresa because Teresa was selling her New Jersey home that her and her ex-husband, Joe, built together. Michelle came into the home and she did a walkthrough. She took photos. She had her team come in. But obviously, this rift between her husband and Teresa's brother, Joe Gorga, was lingering over Teresa. Now, did Teresa take part in it? Who actually knows? We kind of feel like she did, but we can't just speculate and put words in her mouth, right? However, they did settle the conflict at Teresa's pool party. And when I say they, I mean Joe Gorga and Michelle's husband. Apparently, Michelle's husband was helping Joe throw these little events where he would come in and have these empowerment speeches and talk about how you could be a better person and you can start your own business and do this and do that. However, they didn't have a contractual agreement, at least not written down. It was a verbal agreement to which Michelle's husband did not get paid. And Joe apparently was under the understanding that, listen, you were riding my coattails. I was helping you get notoriety. Just to be fair, it didn't seem like these were that big. Now, we do know that the Real Housewives of New Jersey have a history of having some fraudulent dealings. And when I say that, I mean Teresa Giudice and her ex-husband, Joe Giudice. Obviously, Joe went to jail and then he was deported, sent back to Italy, and now he's living in the Bahamas. But the point is, he was involved in some criminal dealings and he had to pay the time for the crime. Not only did he have to pay the time, but so did Teresa Giudice. Now, it seems like we're hearing that Teresa and her ex-husband weren't the only ones who were engaging in fraudulent activity. This is actually a huge accusation, but this ex-housewife of The Real Housewives of New Jersey doesn't give a She does not. She came out and said that Joe Gorga, and when I say she, I mean the notorious Danielle Staub, has come out and said that Joe Gorga is allegedly dealing in a Ponzi scheme. She's saying that it's not right and he needs to be held accountable for his actions. She's also pointing out the fact that if he wants to come to her and talk about it, if he wants to call her a liar, whatever the case is, bring it to the table. And I'm not talking about the same table that Teresa Giudice flipped, but she's saying bring it to the table. She also pointed out the fact that he doesn't allegedly pay his employees or pay after getting a job done. He doesn't pay for this stuff. And not only that, she pointed out another situation that got a little bit tricky on social media when Joe Gorga accidentally posted a house that was flipped, claiming the job for himself, but actually it wasn't his flipped house. Now, of course, he said that that was a mishap on social media and it was somebody else's fault. They posted the wrong photos, but what actually happened, we don't know. Now, Danielle Staub is really standing true to her word, and she's saying that, listen, this is true. He will be found out eventually, and it's just a matter of time. Now, I was reading the comments from some fans, and they were saying, well, it takes a criminal to know a criminal. And people are giving Danielle Staub a lot of backlash over this. Joe Gorga and Melissa Gorga are some of the fan favorites of the show. However, we know how this works with Bravo, with the IRS, with the court system, the American legal system. If you are engaging in criminal activity, you will be found out. You will be caught, and it is going to come back to bite you in the ass. Now, obviously, he hasn't been indicted. He hasn't been arrested. So who knows if what Danielle is saying is even true. But if it is true what she's saying, she's only trying to, I guess, expedite this whole thing coming to fruition of him being found out for his criminal activities, allegedly. However, I think as a true fan of Joe Gorga's and Melissa Gorga's, I would hope that none of this is true and Danielle is just popping off at the mouth, not knowing what she's talking about. It does seem like Danielle has been doing a lot of sit and watch parties for the show, where when the episodes come out of The Real Housewives of New Jersey, she's watching them play and she sits back and she's just looking and she's like, ugh, I hate this. This activity wasn't like this. And trust me, if you were there when they were filming, and these women are all frauds, and she just goes in. A lot of fans feel like she's just a little bit bitter because she's no longer a part of the show. However, we know how it works with The Real Housewives. If you aren't friends with anyone on the cast and no one wants to film with you, you can't be a part of the show. And she burned enough bridges. She burned Margaret by pulling her hair. Jennifer Aiden never liked her in the first place. Melissa Gorga thought she was a quack job. Dolores almost dragged her across the table. And Teresa Giudice was the one who reintroduced her into the group. But after a few back and forths and a really tumultuous relationship, I guess we can say, that friendship went down the drain with the rest of them. With that being said, she wasn't asked back to film for The Real Housewives of New Jersey, even though Bravo did a great job of letting her say that she decided to walk away herself. I mean, I think that's respectable of Bravo because they do that with a lot of the cast members. And most of the time, the cast members are like, yes, I walked away. I wanted nothing to do with this show anymore. I've entered a new phase of my life, and it has nothing to do with that. The fact is, only 2 housewives have ever walked away from the show. One is, well, our queen of Beverly Hills, and I think you know who I'm talking about. And then the other one is Bethany Frankel. Those are the 2 women who have walked away from the show. Teddy Mellencamp even pointed out on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills when she was released from the show, listen, I don't want to sit here and act like it, is a decision that I made and I'm not hurt by it. Of course, it sucks. She was the only one to really own her departure and just stating the fact that she was phased out of the show. They no longer were interested in keeping her a part of the cast, and it is what it is. She's going to move forward with her life, but yeah, it burns a little bit. It stings, and that's just that. I want to jump right back into this situation, though, that Danielle Staub is accusing Joe Gorga of, because this obviously just came out. I found it on Taste of Reality on Instagram. This was a conversation, and the man interviewing Danielle legitimately said, is Joe Gorga involved in a Ponzi scheme? And she just straight up said, yes. Yes, he is, and it's not right. This is major news. If she's just throwing out an allegation like this that really has no merit, she is going to have a lot of problems. And I don't mean like people are going to come up and knock on her door, but she's going to get a lot of hell from the fans. People are going to be upset with her because you shouldn't go, just like Teresa made up this lie about Jackie Goldschneider's husband, and it was a baseless rumor, and calling him a cheater when he has a very high power position in finance, and this could really affect his reputation. Joe Gorga is a businessman. He's a businessman who is also an entrepreneur, who has a family to feed, a mortgage to pay, bills to pay. So if she's just putting out this baseless rumor and it's not true, I'm sure Joe Gorga and Melissa Gorga are not going to be happy about this. They might even serve her with some sort of cease and desist or something to make sure that she doesn't continue to talk about them. However, she's challenging them. She's like, come on, bring it to the table. If you guys have a problem with me saying this, I challenge you pretty much, not verbatim, she didn't say, but she's legitimately, from what the fans are seeing, challenging them to come forward and say that she's a liar. It's kind of scary, actually. If you have skeletons and you're a part of the show, they do come out. And there are a few people who have even said it doesn't make sense. And it takes a special kind of idiot to be committing fraudulent activity and being a part of a reality TV show. Tamara Judge from the Real Housewives of Orange County said that, and it makes sense. Obviously, we know Erica Girardi and her soon-to-be ex-husband are in trouble right now. Jen Shah was just indicted for fraud. Joe Giudice was deported. You can't go on these shows and have secrets. If you have them, they're going to be outed. It just is what it is. But with that, I want to know what you guys think about all of this. Obviously, we know that everything is up in the air right now and nothing's been proven. But how do you feel about Danielle just throwing this out there? It's kind of like throwing pasta at the wall and seeing what sticks. Do you feel like she has any credibility? Do you feel like Joe and Melissa are going to retaliate? Or do you feel like this is going to bring something to light that nobody actually knew about? And maybe Danielle had the heads up. I'm so curious. I'm also curious to see if this is addressed at the reunion at all. Obviously, we know that they already filmed the reunion, but this isn't the first time that Danielle's pointed this out. I don't know if Andy Cohen and the rest of Bravo would even bring up this question at the reunion because, well, it's baseless and kind of tacky to bring this up at the reunion, especially if there's not been any real indictment or arrest. However, sometimes Andy has a way of maneuvering around some of these questions and getting the answers out. So I'm curious to see if it comes out and it comes to fruition. I want to know, though, I've given you my opinions. I want to know what you guys think. Guys, if you haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button, comment below and answer all of the questions that I asked because I read all of your answers. And also don't forget to subscribe to my channel and smash that notification bell. I don't know why I'm always saying smash, like don't break your keyboard, but hit that notification bell because you don't want to miss anything we have coming up. And with that, we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.
Thanks for watching Up and Adam.